Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Duck Chatter. On this week's episode, I'm going to discuss blind bags. Now, I went from a blind bag to a backpack, and I'll tell you the reason why I upgraded to a backpack instead of a blind bag. I'll show you all the things that I keep in my bag typically, and some of the things that I have in my bag you may want to add to your bag for future. I keep definitely some emergency stuff in there. You never know. Anyway, I'll let you see what I got in my bag. And the reason why I started carrying a backpack, like I said, it's a lot easier for traversing through the timber and on long hikes to get to different spots, to have that backpack and have your hands free instead of having the bag underneath your arm bumping into stuff like a blind bag would be. And the backpack also has these straps that go around your waist, strap it tight to your body, which makes it a lot more comfortable and distributes the weight better. Okay, anyway, what I keep in my backpack, most of the time, everything that's in here is always in here during duck season. Now, sometimes I have more, sometimes I have less. It depends on how far the hike in that we have, how much stuff I have in here as far as weight. Because if we got a real long hike, I don't want a bunch of weight in there. But if we're using the boats, or if it's a short hike, I carry more stuff, of course. In this front pouch, I got my duck calls, of course. And I got a tree strap for, of course, hunting the public land. Put it on your tree. Got gun hooks on it. Also has little hooks for your ducks. Then I got some emergency tools or hunting private land tools. I keep a hatchet and a saw. You never know when you're going to get stuck in between possibly some trees, or something goes wrong and you need to cut something, or somebody falls in and it's emergency and you got to get some heat going if you ain't got a heater with you. It's always good to have this kind of thing with you just for emergencies. So that's the first pouch. Also in there is my choke tubes. I have the 20 gauge choke tubes because I hunt with a 20 gauge most of the time. Unless my son goes, he'll shoot the 20. I got my 20 gauge choke tubes on the inside of the bag and my 12 gauge on the outside. And also in this zipper pocket, which is a small one, this is where I keep some extra string just in case we need to add to the jerk string or we need some string for something. This is a good string. And I also keep batteries for my headlamps, for mojos, or for a GPS if we happen to use the GPS and need some batteries. And I keep them in a Ziploc bag so they don't get wet. Now the next pocket is one of the bigger pockets on the bag. It's got some netting in there that holds stuff. And I'll always carry an extra set of duck calls just in case somebody else forgets theirs or I accidentally forget mine somehow or possibly lose them. So I've always got a spare set of duck calls for that, just in case. Also carry headlamps. I have an extra one in case someone loses theirs quits working, or mine does, vice versa. And that's the rechargeable headlamp that I use most of the time. So 2 headlamps, 2 spare duck calls in there as well. And another thing that I started carrying, pretty important last couple of years, thankfully I have not had to use it or nobody else. But anyway, it's just a first aid kit. It has several things in there. This is a waterproof bag. I don't know what these cost. My wife got it for me. I asked her to get me one. I don't know what they cost, but they're not too expensive, and they got several things in there that could come in handy if you do have some kind of injury or accident. And then last but not least, the big zippered part of it, the big opening. I carry a waterproof container. This is the important one. because this typically has honey buns, Swiss rolls, stuff that's soft and it can get smashed. Well, it can't as long as it's in here. Right now I just got some protein bars and whatnot here. And the other important thing, guarantee you that's important. And I usually keep some Tylenol or stuff and some tape and a couple of zip ties in there as well. Anyway, this is the important box. I highly recommend having one of these just to keep your stuff from getting smashed up and your TP dry. Very, very good investment, I promise. And I always carry 2 sets of gloves. One's just a spare. These are my boat driving gloves. Picking up decoys. Can't beat them. They're easy to get on and off. They're warm. They're waterproof. These are by far my favorite pair of gloves. Anyway, 2 pairs of gloves. Face mask. I don't usually wear a face mask, but I got some people who hunt with me. I ain't saying no names. I might post a picture right there, but they should wear this all the time. Dennis might be one of those guys, but anyway, a face mask. Now I always carry an extra hat. It just so happens to be a Rob Roberts hat. I carry it just because I have actually driving through the timber one morning, turned back to look and check and make sure the other part of the crew was coming still. And when I did, there was a low-lying limb that I didn't see because, of course, it was dark and just kind of putting through there anyway. And it grabbed my headlamp and my hat, knocked it off into the river. No headlamp, no hat. I didn't have a spare, so that taught me to have a spare headlamp and a spare hat. A lot of times, these things I put in my bag are lessons I've been taught. I needed something. Okay, definitely gonna have some ammunition in there. You gotta have the shells, right? I usually carry a box of 12 and a box of 20, just in case my son goes with me, or I'm carrying the 20, or somebody needs some 12s, I have them. So I usually carry 1 box of each. And then on the side of this bag, it has a little bottle holder. I usually carry a bottle of water or a Dr. Pepper pretty much all season. And I usually carry some water inside my bag as well. And this was made for carrying sunglasses, which I don't really wear sunglasses that much duck hunting, but I have a GPS that I keep in there that I don't hardly ever use for anything, but I have had to use it some places just to keep from getting turned around. Real thick cover and places you don't have service with your phone and you ain't never been when you're scouting trying to find some places. But I keep that in there, and that's an important thing to keep with you, the GPS. But anyway, that's about everything I keep in my bag. Oh, I forgot about this pouch. Over here is my jerk string. It's just a rig 'em right bought jerk string, real quick to throw out. I keep that in there on that side pouch. It works perfect for holding it, fits in there good. But anyway, that's just some of the things I keep in my bag. Hopefully the things I keep in my bag may be something you've seen that you might want to throw in your bag for the future. Anyway, thank you for watching this week's Duck Chatter, and keep a watch out for the next video.